Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Alex the Maniac here. Welcome to another Maniac Monday. Getting lined up here. Make sure I got the chat on. And we are ready to roll. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'm Alex the Maniac. I want to welcome you back, as always, to another Maniac Monday. Today, we're talking about the freedom of expression, style, individuality, and the importance of subcultures and all those wonderful things. We're going to dive into some of these things close to my heart because the freedom of expression and power of personal style is very important to me. Always has been, whether you're into metal, punk, emo, finding your own thing, or one of the other subcultures that I'm not so much into. Still, it's your deal. Go for it. Be you. And it's important to be you. Not worry about what other people think. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? So, your style says a lot about you and who you are. So if you're just going to go and follow the crowd, what's the point? Be you, be unique to you. Even within your own subculture, be to your own self. That's my thoughts. But we're going to explore how different subcultures use fashion and style to express their identity, values, and rebellion, because that's part of the key, right? All right, we're going to break down some of these iconic styles from the emo and metalhead look to punk, scene, jock, and beyond. And remember, this isn't just about clothes. It's a statement you make when you walk out the door, okay? I'm going to talk first about the power of style in self-expression. So, why does style matter? Your clothes, your hair, your accessories, they're all extensions of who you are. They can reflect your mood, your beliefs, your musical tastes, and even your worldview. For many people, especially in various subcultures, style is a way of claiming space in a world that might not always understand them, that may try to make you all conform to a set look and belief system. And I think that, and I'm not going to go too deep into this, but I guess I'll touch on it basically, is I think dress codes for like schools and stuff, I get it in certain atmospheres, but at the same time, I think it really hurts expression. If we can have freedom of expression and people have their own individual looks and styles and encourage them to respect each other's individuality, I think that is way more important than getting everybody to look the same and fall in line and conform to this BS. And that's just my personal opinions on that, but that's just me. So your freedom of expression isn't just about your speech. It's about the freedom to present yourself authentically. Whether you're rocking a leather jacket or neon hair, your style's a form of communication. It's saying, this is me, take it or leave it. And that's a powerful thing, right? To say, listen, I'm me. And here's the thing though, you gotta be comfortable in your own skin, no matter how you dress it up and how you make it look. And if you're not, then that's a sad thing. And I think more people have to be willing to wear that thicker layer and not care what other people think. And just, sometimes I've been a shock rocker in some ways over the years. And I'll be honest, sometimes when you dislike it, you're only giving more power to me. So go ahead, just hate away. But no, in all reality though, I mean, I think it's important to be yourselves, follow yourself, do that as is. That's just my honest opinion though. What do I know? How many people we got here today? We got a couple. If somebody could just give me a shout in the chat to let me know that the mic's working, because I'm not using the headset today, and I haven't really tested this mic to see if that's working all right. So if you can just let me know if you're hearing me okay, that would be great. I don't think I've got the mic plugged in. No, I don't. So we should be working off the mic off of this, but I'm not 100% positive now that I think about it. Maybe I should have checked that out, huh? It seems like it is. So, I mean, nobody's commented yet. You guys are killing me. But it looks like it is. So, okay, thank you. There we go. We got somebody. Thank you, guys. Just trying something new without the headset. So, I know. I waited till, 5 minutes in to ask that question. Thank you both for answering that. Um, thanks. Um, so let's break down some of the different styles, okay? I think it's gonna be fun here to let's just start with emo style. Y'all know Eddie Monster. He's been on the show plenty of times. We just did a photo shoot for him and myself. I'm a little I've got some emo style to me as well, but I think I encompass the all around rocker vibe in multiple different ways, whether it's shock rock, heavy metal. You know, I'm definitely a metalhead in many ways. I've got that emo aesthetic to certain degrees, and sometimes the goth look, and which I've always hated being compared to the goth look because I don't think it's quite me. But you know, I guess some of my styles fall into that. But mine's just I'm an all encompassing rock creature. Um, But so let's talk about the emo style, and like I said, we just did emo shoot for Eddie Monster, and he's gonna have some pictures and video and stuff coming up later, and I'm excited for that for him because I think some of it came out really good. But the emo style, this look is often features dark fitted clothes, band T-shirts, skinny jeans, and of course the iconic side swept bangs. Do I know somebody with that? Do I know somebody with that? I think I do. Um, Emo fashion is deeply tied to the emotional expression and often reflects themes of heartbreak, introspection, and rebellion against societal norms. That's something we're going to talk about a little bit as we go through is the rebellion side of a lot of different subcultures and their importance. It's a style that says, I'm not afraid to feel deeply. And I think that's an important thing. So I think I definitely black hot the emoji for the emo style because I think it's important for us to feel and to express our feelings, and I think that's something that was really brought well into the rock scene with the emo community, and I think that's important. So the metalhead style, metal, long live the metal. So that's what we're going to next. This one's all about celebrating the music. Think band shirts from groups like Metallica, Slayer, Iron Maiden, Ozzy, Black Sabbath. You know what I'm talking about. Paired with denim or leather studs. You get some studs here. Uh, often the long hair. My hair is not quite long right at the moment, but you know it's still there. It's there. It's growing back out a little bit, and yes, most people are used to Maniac and his long hair, so I guess that falls into that genre as well, and subculture. Uh, Metalheads use their look to project strength, defiance, and a connection to the raw energy of the heavy metal music scene. It's aggressive, it's powerful, and it's unapologetic. That might be me. That might be me. Just a little bit unapologetic. Don't give up. And you just throw it up in the air and let them know that we just don't care. We're going to rock it the way we want to rock it, right? The punk style. A little bit of punk rock and anarchy, if you know what I mean. Punk style is rooted in rebellion, originating in the 70s. It's a characterization of do it yourself fashion, ripped jeans, leather jackets, band patches, and bold, often colorful hair. I guess you could see a little bit of that in some of the other modern rock genres and subcultures as well. Punk is often anti-establishment attitudes and challenging the status quo. Love that. It's a style that says, I refuse to conform. Again, punks often customize their clothing, reflecting the do-it-yourself ethos that's central to the culture. Scene style, which emerged in the 2000s, is vibrant, colorful, and playful. It includes bright, sometimes clashing colors, graphic tees, skinny jeans, wild teased hair, often dyed in neon shades. Scene kids are all about standing out, having fun, and embracing a mix of influences from emo to rave culture. This style says, life's a party, and I'm here to enjoy it. Party! Can't say no to that exactly. We're going to switch for a second and go far in the other direction and talk about the jock style. Typically associated with sports culture, this style includes athletic wear, team jersey, and a generally clean, put together look. It's not just about sports, it represents teamwork, discipline, physical fitness. Jock style says, I'm competitive, I'm driven, and I value strength. I mean, I value being a strong, competitive individual. but I never was a jock. It wasn't my thing. But that's just me. Goth style. The goth style is another fascinating one, often mistaken for emo, and yes, us metalheads have been thrown in that category mistakenly countless times. But it has its own distinct identity. It's characterized by dark clothing, often with Victorian or medieval influences, heavy makeup, and accessories like crosses or pentagrams. Goths embrace the darker aspects of life, mortality, mystery, and the supernatural. This style communicates a deep connection to art, literature, and the darker sides of human experience. Eh, I guess I can see some of it. The skater style. Come on, skater boys. I know you're out there. Um, why did Avril Lavigne just pop into my? Sorry. Um, I love Avril. Born out of the skateboarding culture, is relaxed and functional. Think loose-fitting jeans, graphic tees, hoodies, and sneakers like Vans or Converse. It's all about mobility and comfort, reflecting a laid-back attitude. Skaters use their style to express a carefree, rebellious spirit, one that's always ready to hit the pavement. I was a rollerblader, not quite a skateboarder, so I mean, but there were things I could get behind there, definitely. Listen, there's an importance to being true to yourself, okay? I'll come back and talk about a couple other scenes and subcultures in a second. But no matter what style you gravitate towards, the most important thing is that it's true to you. Trends come and go. Well, I mean, some of us rockers are here forever, right? Right. Um, but what stays is your sense of self. Whether you mix styles, stick to one, or create something entirely new, your look should reflect who you are on the inside. That's where true freedom of expression lies. Okay? So get behind being you and not worrying about what other people say. Listen, be yourself. And I tell people this all the time. Some people get worked up or they try and express themselves and people have a negative output on it. And listen to me, if day in and day out you go out there and be yourself, people will have to deal with it. Eventually, they're going to have to take a side of either not bothering with you, and then that's their loss, or accept you. Eventually, if you show that it's not bothering you, and this has been my go to forever, if you just be you and don't let the negative influences shut you being you down, then you're always gonna just get along just fine. People will love you for being you eventually, because if you don't give them a choice, what choice do they have? I know people have told me before, like when I was in high school, I was surrounded by subcultures that were very not my look, not my style. Um, the rap thing was a big thing, and there was a cultural clash there for most people all the time. But I got told by a lot of these people over years, after seeing that I just didn't, I had even my parents and stuff tell me, oh, you're gonna, that's a phase you'll grow out of, and you'll get to being with what everybody else this era is doing. And I didn't. And I think after a while, and my stepsister even told me, and people at school told me that they respected that I didn't, that I just stayed true to myself, because after a while they got to going, well, this is just him. This is just who he is, and that's that. And I think it's important to get yourself to that point, because that's a very liberating and freeing moment when you can get to that point and just be like, okay, well, I'm me. You accept me for what I am, or you don't. And I'm very anti-establishment and in certain regards. I mean, I think that's a whole nother topic. I'm not even going to get into that. You get what I'm saying. I think maybe you do, maybe you don't. I guess I'll come back and I'll talk about a couple other styles, because I think talking about different things. You know what I want to talk about? Actually, no. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about the Breakfast Club. I want to talk about the Breakfast Club, which came out in 1985. Okay, um, but I think there was some iconic showcasing of distinct styles in different high school stereotypes in this movie, and I think it's worth talking about this, really, because there were all these different styles. Let me just run through the characters, if you remember. You want to ride down this lane with me. So you had Claire, played by Molly Ringwald. She was the preppy. Her style epitomized the preppy upper middle class look of the 80s. She wears a pink blouse, knee-length skirt, and brown leather belt, highlighting her affluent background and focus on social status. John, the punk rebel. Bender's style is a mix of punk and grunge with a long trench coat, fingerless gloves, flannel shirt. I love the flannel shirt, by the way. You've seen me wear that and the leather and all that. Combat boots. I've had my run with the combat boots. His look represents the rebellious anti-authoritarian spirit. I love that feel. Andrew Clark, the jock, the character that I wasn't quite crazy about, but we'll come back to that. Andrew's style reflects the classic 80s jock with a varsity jacket, jeans, athletic sneakers. His look epitomizes his role as the high school wrestler, embodies athletic, all-American values. And I think it took a deeper dive into that, though, about looking at how that was kind of just a... I'll come back to that. There's somewhere I want to go with this, but I think I should round out who everybody is first. Allison Reynolds, the goth outcast, her dark layered clothing, messy hair, quirky accessories represent the goth and outcast subcultures. Her style conveys mystery, disregard for mainstream fashion norms. Now, I think that was a different style goth back then than what goth kind of became in the 90s, but in early 2000s. Brian Johnson, the nerd geek. Brian's style is clean, conservative, unassuming, with a sweater, collared shirt, khakis. His look reflects the stereotypical 80s nerd focused on academics rather than fashion. I think the Breakfast Club used these distinct styles to visually reinforce the differences between the characters, ultimately showing how these labels don't define who they really are, because I think they got into this, and this is what I wanted to get back to. They showed how we can all have these different things and different values and different looks and different styles and subcultures, but put us all together and we're just still people, and we each have our uniqueness is what kind of brings something positive to it, because if they didn't have their own uniquenesses, I think they would have all been the same and boring, and we wouldn't have had such a cool movie, right? I don't know. I feel there's something important, and I think that movie spoke a lot about that. Feel free to comment in the comments, either on the live stream comments or if you're watching this after the fact, about your thoughts about the Breakfast Club and subcultures and all that. I think it's important too. Let me see if I can talk about some more styles too. The new wave. Closely tied to the music scene, bright colors, unique accessories. They had some of that. Hip hop, I mean, we got to talk about that. That started really 70s, 80s, I think, but it was really big in the 90s, a whole different level of hip hop and all that. Emerging in the late 80s, actually. Hip hop fashion included oversized clothing, tracksuits, sneakers, gold chains, baseball caps. The style was strongly influenced by street cultures and music, and I think it still is, and it's changed a bit, but it still does. I could go through a whole bunch of different actually styles, but I think I've ran through enough, and I think it's important to again say I think that we need to express ourselves more, and I think society is beat down on people expressing themselves, and I think we need to beat back against that. Give me 1 second to grab myself a drink here. I'm sorry. I think that's important. Be yourself, live your own identity in your own life, and don't be afraid to push the limits and the boundaries of what people think you should look like, because really the boundaries have to be your own, right? It's about what you want to look like, what you feel comfortable like, who you are as a person inside and out, and not about them. And they can set their own boundaries, and as long as you respect their boundaries on their personal space, that's fine. And that's how it should be. But they need to respect yours as well. And I think that's what we need to do more as a society, is learn to respect people's individuality and their styles and let people be who they are. I think that's important. So to wrap up, I just want us to remember that style isn't just about fashions, it's about freedom. It's about expressing who you are without fear or apology. Don't be afraid to explore, experiment, and push boundaries. Your style is your statement to the world. Listen to that, okay? Your style is your statement to the world. When you walk out that door in the morning, it's who you are showing. It's the first glimpse they're getting of you. And I know people say don't read a book by a cover, and that's true. Sometimes a cover can make a hell of an intro. Don't be afraid to be a bright colored cover and put all your good snazzies and let the world see exactly what you're made of. Be yourself. Before we sign off, though, I'd love to hear from you. So I want you to comment, get your thoughts out there. Let me know. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to have somebody on who's done some writing. They're going to talk with us about self-publishing, about the writing process. I'm going to share my thoughts on the writing process as well, and we're going to go back and forth on that. The other person who I'm going to be having come on soon is also into motivational talk and having done some major successful stuff with turning their life around and getting themselves in shape and being self-positive and trying to motivate others through their YouTube channel. And we're going to talk about their channel as well. And we'll have that little interview as well. So those two people are coming up in the next couple of weeks. And I want you to all like, subscribe, hit that little bell so that you know when we're going live, when we got videos coming on, so you can see it. We're going to be doing some more challenges, some more exciting videos aside from just the live. So I want you to all stick around and yeah, drop some thoughts in the comments below and let us know. And again, any comments on any of our videos that we get on through Broken Rose Entertainment, through whether it's my page, Eddie's page, the Tough Truth page, or the Broken Rose Entertainment page itself, the Paranormal 7. Check out all those pages and definitely feel free to like and subscribe to all those and make some comments, because we're going to try and do maybe once a month or something like that. We're going to do a video, whether it's on the live stream or a standalone video, where we talk about the comments that have been made and give some feedback to them. So I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. If you enjoyed this talk, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, like I just said. And remember to stay true to yourself and keep expressing your freedom through your style. And I'll see you next time, because, ladies and gentlemen, I am Alex the Maniac saying rock on. And I will see you on the flip side. Thank you all, and good night.